Hey, what's going on, you creeps? It's Joshua from the Based on True Events podcast, and I want to take a second to talk about Anchor. Now, if you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. I know I could probably stop right there, but I won't. So there's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or your computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. Basically, nobody listens to you. It don't matter. You can still make that money. That's exactly right. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free app or go to anchor.fm to get started today.
Back at it again.
Again. What's going on, man?
Shit.
We're just telling a story at the end of the day.
You can enjoy a fully clothed, totally platonic cuddle session. Not sure what we're doing.
Are these lines safe? Yeah, we can literally say anything we want.
Talk mad shit.
Please continue to follow us. You can find us on all social medias.
All social medias.
All social medias.
All podcasts.
Everywhere that you could listen to a podcast, we're pretty much there. Hey, so I'm gonna go first. Hey, shit. Hey, midweek recording sesh.
Yeah, man.
What up,
dude?
What's
what
good,
is
creeps?
up?
What is up?
I was actually when we discussed doing this, I kind of it just fortuitous or happenstance or whatever you want to call it, man. But I was scrolling through and I saw that one of our brothers in the podcasting world came out and said that they were shifting to keep the quality up. They were shifting to a every other week release date on their I don't know about that, man.
I know.
I mean, that's their process. That's what they want to do. It gives me the heebie-jeebies. Like I have panic attacks about.
You do. You're like, hey, we're like 2 weeks behind, and that's not enough.
I know.
Dude, it's ever since we took the month or two, whatever it was, month off. It has been almost like playing catch up. Well, one, I would not want to wait 2 weeks to do that. This is kind of like this is my happy place.
It's very cathartic.
For sure
us to do this.
But then again, I made the bomb sound, but I was fucking joking. But if you're feeling like it's forced and you can't, but if you really can't do this, or if once or twice a week, then hey, I mean that's
But to me, like when there's the statement of I got a lot of stuff going on, like come on, bro. Like I'll show you my schedule. Let's talk. You put up like I mean I know there's shit that happens.
Well, of course.
Like I'm not here to talk shit about that, and
yet here we are.
Well, no, but it's a different product too.
Yeah, for sure.
Like I think it's cathartic and a little bit more fun for us because we make it
fucking fun.
A fucking fun.
That's what this shit is.
Man.
If this was not fun, I wouldn't fucking do it.
No, and I don't think anybody gives a shit about listening.
No,
like, they're not tuning in because of my soothing voice.
Although actually, lately you've been doing some good soothing voice talk.
Occasionally, I feel that when you do the very soothing voice and you say really creepy things, it really takes it up
adds
a
notch. The ambiance.
Yes,
the delivery is solid.
Send us your measurements.
Gross.
Speaking of sending us your measurements,
don't do that. Well, like if you want, but do it in a comment and then follow up with a suggestion.
No, don't send us your measurements unless you win the I Row for Boat contest. Monthly contest.
I've admitted it. That's the word we're using because that's what it is.
What the fuck else is it?
Some good old friendly competition.
They're not really compete. Well, I mean, I guess
that's what I'm saying. They're fucking competing.
They're fucking competing. We're getting loaded with suggestions,
which is awesome.
There is no restriction on the amount of times that you can apply suggestions.
Damn, yeah, of course.
So we've got people that are like boom, 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 click, 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 click.
Yeah. Let's see. A is for
Yeah.
B is
Right, exactly.
keep that shit coming because it's dope. I love
is,
it. It is fun.
And it takes us down some very interesting avenues. So
Yeah, for
the
sure.
I Wrote for BOTE contest in February is going on.
Yeah, you will get a free dope shirt.
A dope
shirt.
shirt.
A dope boat shirt.
Yeah, and to protect the identities of the people who win, if they don't want us or don't post a picture of I Wrote for BOTE, that's up to them. But we will
Don't be lame.
Yeah, we will reach out to you and when you win, and then we'll
Andy, he's talking to you. Don't be lame.
No,
we want to see some pictures of you in that shirt.
Yeah.
Only the shirt.
Only. well, Josh may want you only in the shirt. I would prefer a little bit more covered up, my friend. But yeah,
Oh, shit. I was trying to think of something clever with like crop top.
yeah. So
Charlie crop.
So
Whatever.
to find our contest
Yeah.
or be part of the contest,
We're on the social medias.
we are on the social
All
media.
of them.
We are
Hit us up.
Based on True Events podcast at
Facebook
on
and-
Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah. And on the Twitter, we are Podcast BOTE, Podcast BOTE.
Yep. And if you do not partake in the social media aspect of life,
Yeah. And that's okay.
you're probably a much happier individual.
Right.
But you can still reach us.
Gmail us at
Based on True Events podcast at gmail.com.
boom.
And just send us your suggestions, your comments, concerns.
Yeah. Go to Rock the Boat. It's our Facebook group.
It is our Facebook.
I have been slacking lately, to be honest with you, on that. I'm going to step it up and get more interactive myself because, I mean, shit, if we're asking you to interact with us, I got to do my part.
Yeah.
So. But that's where I want everybody to interact. It's our Facebook group. It's, no holds barred.
I'm super active on Instagram.
Yeah.
Josh is a little bit more active on our
Twatter.
On our Twatter and our Facebook avenues.
Yeah. Oh, we also have, I don't want to jump past it, my favorite competition. Mm-hmm. It's not even a competition except for us, but we're doing a You Choose It. We're going to go to the location.
You choose it, we lose it.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I keep saying, we choose, you go. There's no ring to that.
Yeah.
But anywho, there's 4 options. You've got the Hannah House, the Waverly Hills, you've got Whispers Estate, and you've got
Estate.
the Punderson Manor.
Penderson Manor.
Penderson Manor. I said I was listening to one of our old episodes. I said Ponderosa.
Ponderosa.
Like, what the fuck? Isn't that a steakhouse like from the 80s or some shit?
Yeah, well, it's also like Ponderosa is like a ranch or something. It's like a
ranch.
A ranch.
Ranch. Yeah, don't send us to a ranch.
Well, it's not. It's Punderson Manor, not Ponderosa anything. That was you fucking up. The more the merrier.
There is that.
The more the merrier.
The more the merrier. Oh, shit. You're never going to let that down.
Nah, man. We're going to get a
Rightfully
shirt.
so.
We're going to get a shirt. The more the merrier.
The more the merry. Hey, maybe that'll be your shirt. The more the merry. It'll be on the back of the I Wrote for the Boat.
I wrote for the boat.
I Wrote for Boat. We are off to an awesome start.
Yeah, man.
As
Off
usual.
the rails.
Off the rails. That's early. 6 minutes, and we're already fucking losing our shit.
What are you going to do?
Hey, what are we going to do?
I don't know, man.
I'm up first.
You're
huh?
up. You
right.
are up. You're
Shit.
in the game.
Hey, by the way, I was going back and listening to an episode, and this is way off topic of what we're about to get into, but we were talking about the alien abductions and the first reported alien abduction. And in the middle of the episode, you were bringing up a story about the first Enoch or whatever. And I said, we're going to come back to that.
And we didn't.
And I never fucking heard it. So what were you talking about? Being the first alien abduction from the Bible?
Do you want to hear that now?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, okay.
I'm assuming it's not a super long story, but
So there's fucking change gears on me.
yeah.
You know what? I'll tell you what.
Oh, shit.
I could do it in this episode, or I can do it in a different episode. You want to do it in a different episode? Or you want to keep it here? I can tell you the story here.
It's a long story.
I mean, no, it depends on how far you want to go with it. But okay, so anyway, the story of Enoch. Enoch is.
I could edit this out if it doesn't work, so don't worry about it.
You don't edit anything out.
What is edit?
Yeah. So Enoch is one of the story. It's in the Bible, but it's not considered like one of the canon stories of the Bible. So if you don't know what there was a group that got together in Nicene, and they decided on what books were going to be in the Bible.
All right.
And so some books were censored, some books made it in, blah, blah,
made
blah,
the
blah,
cut.
blah, blah, right?
All right.
So if you actually look at the Jewish book of the Bible, which is the original Old Testament, is the Torah,
Right,
which
right,
is it's a much more extensive version of the Old Testament than what you get in Christianity.
Okay.
Enoch is like the great grandfather of Noah, I believe.
Okay. Shit.
There's a story about how he gets taken by angels into the next realm. Basically, they say to heaven. And he sees that he looks down on the earth, and they explain to Enoch the mysteries of earth and of humanity and of reality.
So technically abducted by angels, not aliens.
Well, they said that they came down in these chariots that flew in the sky.
Oh, Jesus ships.
Yeah, Jesus ships.
Yes.
And they took him, and they basically explained how shit works. And then they dropped him back off, and they wrote a book about it and put it in the Bible. And then they took it out
And
of
then
the
they
Bible.
took it out of the Bible.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But so that's those ancient alien guys, like those conspiracy theorists, when
Right.
it comes to aliens, they talk about that as
they
the
consider
first,
that as the first
the
abduction.
real like abduction story.
Abducted by angels, not
And then
aliens.
there's a whole thing. There's a whole bunch of like alien sightings, supposedly, or abduction stories and things like that that if you look at it through the lens of aliens,
right.
that is the explanation of a lot of stories from the Bible. Like Sodom and Gomorrah is supposed to be an extinction level event perpetrated by aliens.
What the fuck?
Like, yeah, dude. I mean,
Wow.
dude, it's a litany. Like, if you really want to do research on,
This could be an episode all on its own, is what
yeah,
you're saying.
yes,
Okay.
That's why
I
actually
get your
that's
reservation.
why I didn't get into this in
Okay.
your Men in Black episode, the alien abduction episode.
Fair enough.
Because I knew it's kind of like a ball of yarn, man. It just keeps going and going and going.
Well, yeah. Sorry, I brought that up. I thought it was going to be like a short little, but I could see how that can spiral, and you
Yeah,
could
I mean,
probably
it can
do
be-
an
it can-
entire 50 minutes on.
It can be a long story. It can be a short story. It just depends.
Well, but it could lead to other stories because I, growing up, in the freaking
Like Jacob's
church,
Ladder.
I knew the. Yeah. Okay.
Like that's supposed to be another one where it's really describing the transfer from ground to the spaceship.
Holy shit.
There's the spinning wheels inside of spinning wheels that's
Okay.
described in the Bible. So aliens in the Bible could be its own episode. Yes.
Fair enough. Wow. Yeah, we got to get into mine because my head hurts when you start talking about that shit, man.
Sorry.
It's all,
dude.
no, I love it, but I'm like, oh shit. I just shut up and listen. I'm like, oh, You're so smart.
That was one of my favorite things about that you said I was smart, but one of my favorite things from the post Men in Black episode is when you at the end of it you were like, I was just waiting for when you were gonna just smash my face with, and you were like, you just asked me 3 simple questions and everything derailed.
Melt. Yeah, I'm like, oh god. I did. I felt like a toddler. Like, well, why? Why? Huh? What? Why?
Why are you making me explain shit?
That was a fun episode, though.
It was, man. I enjoy kind of I don't get me wrong. Like I like I like the subject matter that we deal with, and the subject matter that we deal with is based on true events. It doesn't always have to be bloodbaths and gore and family murder.
And we don't strive for conspiracy theories because you've said why, and I know
it goes
but
goes
it's
and
so
goes.
I know, but it's so easy to get
It is,
sucked
man.
in, and it's fun when you're there in the moment. You know what I'm saying? This episode has nothing to do with that at all. I'm going to start it off with a nice little warm fuzzy story for us.
Oh, okay.
You ready?
Yeah. Your fucking basement is as cold as death's hand, by the way.
Drink your coffee. Shut up.
All right.
At least you're not bitching about it. Mm-hmm. All right. Salem, Massachusetts. Creepy clown arrested after haunted house massacre.
Are we talking about Gacy?
Nope.
Okay.
No. Gacy, we talked about it before. Gacy's going to have to be that's a heavy hitter. So it's going to have to be a episode all on its own. I will steer clear from Gacy.
Okay.
But of course, anytime you hear creepy clown, assume everyone that's who you think of.
Okay. Just
A 58-year-old man was arrested on Wednesday evening after fright junkies got way more than they bargained for at a haunted house attraction in Salem, Massachusetts. Eyewitnesses say they were halfway through the macabre haunted house when they came across a scene of a crazy-looking man dressed as a clown with a chainsaw. At first, it was just another scene of a haunted house, but as they looked closer, they saw one of the bodies move and then scream for his life. The young boy, approximately 19 years of age, was already partially dismembered by the man dressed in the gruesome clown costume. Police and emergency response teams arrived on the scene within minutes, but unfortunately it was too late for the 18 bodies they found scattered through the Fright Night horror massacre maze. The young man who alerted the crowd screaming in pain was transported to a nearby hospital where he later died of his injuries. Police took 58-year-old Curtis Langley into custody, where he is currently being held without bond in solitary confinement under mental evaluation.
Why?
Have you heard of that? Shut your fucking mouth.
No, I'm being completely serious. Why are we holding him on mental? Like, just kill him. Just fucking, let's just do it.
At that point, yeah.
How many, like, what answer are you going to get that's going to make any of this better?
None.
Do you think evaluation is going to work? All right.
Well, the creepy...
I'd never heard that story.
that was my next question. Have you never had... So, the creepy clown massacre claim...
I was about to ask, is this a movie?
Was completely fabricated.
Yeah.
A deadly event of the scope purportedly involving the creepy clown would have undoubtedly made headlines, particularly during the social panic created by the late 2016 spate of clown sightings. But no such reports were transmitted by any credible news source. The mugshot of the alleged killer clown that accompanied the Now 8 news article had appeared on the internet as early as 2013, an ambulance photograph mocked up from what looked like to be stock images. And I'm showing you a picture. They did this whole thing where they took a guy and a creepy dude with clown mask, clown makeup on, and there's a shot of an ambulance. It was all bullshit and all fabricated. But the only reason I told you that story, one, because it was fun and I was curious if you had heard it. Because I had heard that story before, but I was thought, and when I initially started doing this podcast, that was on my list of, oh yeah, dude, I'm going to dig into that. Well, obviously,
Took 5 minutes.
30 seconds into the fucking, I was like, well, damn.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm going to read at some point. But what it did is it spawned, the whole creepy clown thing was going on. Creepy clowns are scary. I mean, if I had to ask you what's the best creepy clown in history, what would you? If you had to pick one,
like real
fictional,
life?
fictional, yeah,
Fictional.
not Gacy, fictional.
Creepy clown, man. I mean, it's Pennywise. I feel like is low hanging fruit, because I mean, even like Tim Curry's Pennywise was
Phenomenal.
creepy as fuck. But man, I don't watch American Horror Story, not because it creeps me out or anything like that.
You didn't like it, did you?
No, it's lazy storytelling, in my opinion. But the creepy fucking clown from one of the seasons on that
Twisty or whatever, yeah.
And everyone told me like the clown makes no sense in that season. Like it really serves no purpose in storytelling. And I was like, well, it's about par for the course when it comes to American Horror Story. Nothing that they do is well done. But
shots taken.
Yeah, dude,
Shots fired.
I have no qualms talking shit about American Horror Story at all. Season 1, I was like one episode in, and I was like, this is what's going to be at the end. And they were like, and my wife was like, fuck you.
She loved it, right?
She loves the show, watches it all the time. She's like, she won't even let me in the room.
Yeah, because you're gonna fuck it up.
She's like, she's like, you'll walk in and you'll be there for 10 seconds. But I do say that the clown from that show visually is a very creepy, fucked up looking clown.
I agree. Pennywise is my favorite. And I go back and forth between Tim Curry and I forget the guy's name. Skarsgård.
I mean, here's my answer for that is because Tim Curry did that creepy fucking clown with only practical special effects.
Yeah, right.
And it was literally his portrayal of Pennywise that is creepy. Whereas Skarsgård, like, he's creepy enough looking, but I mean, they had to do a lot of CGI, and there was a lot of fucking stuff that made that like up the creep factor
a big time.
And it was spooky. That movie, both of those, chapter 1 and 2 are creepy as fuck. But it's way creepier when it's just the dude. I think somebody who can just pull off.
He's just dude, I agree. Tim Curry, there's something, it's not, it's actually the movie, I feel, and I guess it's just because of the time frame, like you said, the ambiance, the special effects and all that shit. I feel like the remake of it was a creepier overall movie, but Tim Curry on its own is horrifying.
Yeah. Stand
just,
up. Like that.
Dude, yeah, 100%.
Now I will say, I could do a whole episode on Tim Curry. Like his career is amazing if you really boil it down.
Fucking him is the devil or whatever in Legend.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, one of my favorites.
Yeah, and then or like him and like one of my favorite Tim Curry
in Home Alone 2
that no one's ever seen, or if you have seen it, it's a very underrated movie. It's the movie Clue.
Oh, dude, yeah, it was
that
awesome.
Movie's so fucking great, and I bought it like not too long ago, and my wife was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "No, I love this movie. This is like one of my."
It's a great movie,
but and people are gonna give me shit like you like Clue, but you don't like American Horror Story.
Yeah, first of all, American Horror Story, and this is a good segue. American Horror Story, fucking shut up. That was intentional.
Yeah,
fucking give me a break.
I know.
But the American Horror Story is guilty pleasure for me because it may be lazy writing or whatever. I don't see it as lazy writing. I'm not maybe as critical as you. I think it's a fun ride, and I think it's super spooky at times, and it got way more violent in some of the later episodes. I don't know. I thoroughly enjoy American Horror Story, but you are more critical of a lot of film in general, whether it be TV or movies. Yeah. I sometimes am okay with just,
I mean,
accepting it for what it is and having fun.
Like I can
along the way.
Like we're not going to get into a whole conversation on film, but I am super critical, and I think it is because of the way that my brain works.
Okay.
Where it, like, if I see it coming,
you want to pick them apart. Oh, and so yeah. And in your defense, I know you can't even help it, but you know the fucking ending to everything before it gets there.
I think, what was it? It was like Shutter Island or something. I saw the trailer on TV.
God damn it.
And you like went to go see the movie. Like you were all hyped to go see it. And then you got back and I was like, I sent you a text, I think. And I was like, is this what happens in the movie? And you're like, fuck you.
I was like, at least I watched it first.
Yeah. No, usually I just, my wife has this deal where I have to, if I have a theory or like, basically I'm going to be right. But I have to email her. So it doesn't pop up as a text message, or I'm not saying it,
wow.
But that way I can get it out of my head.
Right.
And then it's got like the timestamp. And you have no clue how many times she's come to me and been like, "You've already watched this. Tell me you watched this." And I'm like, "No.
Nah.
No,
I'm just that good." All right. So this is part of that. I'm glad you gave that whole spiel because that's kind of part of what I wanted to do this episode for. Throughout history and throughout, movie whatever, throughout time, there's been some amazing fucking characters. Pennywise is one of my all-time favorite horror villains. Mm-hmm. And we agree on a lot of shit, mm-hmm. and we like a lot of the same mm-hmm. stuff, but we also obviously disagree on some things.
Certainly.
So I wanted your take on some of the most famous, for the lack of a better term, horror villains to date. Iconic. That's even better.
Okay. Well, I think my...
Well, we actually, in an episode, we talked
top
about,
of the charts.
I think, our favorites, and we covered...
Well, I don't know. We talked about our favorites in, like broke it down like this. Well, I think maybe we did. It was the Friday the 13th episode, was it not? We kind of glazed over this a little bit?
Yeah, because we were talking about... Well, there was another episode because we were talking about, I assumed that Hellraiser would have been your favorite, and you were saying how Aliens was your favorite film, but you thought maybe Pennywise was your favorite horror villain versus the Xenophobe.
The Xenophobe? No, Xenophobe to me, if I did say that, I'm sorry. That's an inaccurate statement.
I might be recalling it wrong, though. I mean,
the Xenomorph from Alien is that movie. If you take that movie and you really look at it is one of my favorite movies of all time. If it's not, it's in my top 3. If it's not my number 1,
right?
I don't know if I can say it's in my number 1, but it's definitely the best horror movie I feel like has ever been made. And my answer to this is it is the original big bad thing in the dark that you can't fuck with, you can't bargain with, you can't reason with it. you're just stuck in a situation. There's nowhere to run, nowhere to hide.
The
dude.
ship's creepy because it's got its own thing. Yeah. So that's what we were kind of getting into.
Yeah.
And you're right. I agree with you 100%. Alien is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
So were you going to say something else about
No,
it? Okay.
no.
So let's go off. There's a list of like 4 bazillion of these.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go over some of my. Well, no, I won't even do this. I'm going to ask you what you think. Michael Myers, solid character overall.
The original iteration of him, yes, I agree.
Meaning like
I don't need 15 fucking sequels.
Okay.
Like I don't need it, rehashed and don't tell me the story from the dog's perspective.
So you don't think they should be making the one that they're making right now?
No.
Okay.
No. And quit throwing Jamie Lee Curtis into fucking movies. Like I mean, she can be in movies, I'm not saying that, but she doesn't need to continue to be in a fucking Michael Myers movie for me to appreciate. Like I liked Rob Zombie's remake.
I did too. People hated it. I thought it was awesome.
The second one, I felt like he kind of drifted.
It got a little weird.
But that's what I'm saying. Like Michael Myers to me is a one and done film. Jason was a one and done film for me. Like I don't need 80. I mean, they're fun.
They're fun, right?
But
right.
And I can appreciate them for the fun aspect of it. But I don't need 87.
Yeah, I agree. Michael Myers to me is an amazing villain because he represents pure evil. There's no rhyme or reason for killing a lot of people. I know the story with his, but I love him. But I agree with you. They could have probably stopped after number 4, because I loved 1. Well, he's not really in 3, so I loved the first 4 movies, and he was one of my favorite horror villains of all time because Halloween. 4 was the first horror film I ever saw in a movie theater.
I don't know that you can really beat the iconicness of that soundtrack either, or
the intro or the theme music.
Like I love that. I had that as a ringtone. I had that as a ringtone for fucking ever.
For sure,
it was fucking great.
You just did it like all. That was like way too like hyped up.
Too happy.
Yeah, it's way too happy.
But I will tell you, the Guilty Pleasure Bad Guy.
Yeah.
Film series. And there's definitely very suspect moments of this series, but I thought as an overall, like as a bad guy, the idea, the execution, the storytelling, dude, the Saw franchise, man, Jigsaw is fucking
Jigsaw.
I think it's underrated in a lot of ways. The idea.
I've got a movie cell from fucking Saw 3 or some shit right there, dude. I'm a fan.
Yeah, like
I agree.
I mean, a lot of people just chalk it up as like gore porn, horror film. But there's actually not
really good kills.
Like there's some really good kills in there, but like they really tied up a lot of storylines. Like they didn't leave a lot of like loose ends.
I agree.
And he's like the idea of his character,
very original.
You can survive.
Yeah.
You gotta
kill somebody probably.
Well, you gotta either kill somebody or you gotta fucking torture yourself. But
yeah.
Very
well, and he selected people for certain reasons. Dude, that's a good one. He's actually on this list, but it's like way down deep. And I was like, no, he should have been way up higher. Yeah. I agree with you 100%.
And the whole thing about it is, you were like, if you survived the interaction with Jigsaw,
right,
you were like a better person. For it.
Right.
Like you gave a shit about your life. Like you had direction.
Well, except for the one chick who then started fucking.
Well, yeah, but she became his like protege and went the fucking wrong direction with it.
Throwing people in fucking the pit of needles and shit.
Yeah. So I mean, but I thought that was a really well done series, man.
All right, that's fair. Well, so the next on the list, technically, Michael Myers, they claim to be the best villain of all time, number 1. That's arguable. I agree. We agree with that. What about Jason Voorhees?
I told you, man.
I know your take on the whole movies, but as a villain, is there anything? I know you don't really dig it. I mean, the movies are fun.
I mean, they're fun.
To
me, it goes campy.
Agree.
It goes campy, and once you get into campy, like it's fun and I enjoy it, but you lose credibility as a bad guy.
Yeah, well, and there's a difference. So when I think of iconic, and that's the best word to use, horror villains.
He's very iconic. Yeah,
he's iconic, but he's not. He's never been scary to me. He's never frightened me. Those movies are not scary because I'm not going to go to the fucking camp and whatever. Yeah. It's just not scary. Michael Myers is, the for real the boogeyman. You know, that
Yeah.
to me, he's scary. Those are scary movies. Jason, Friday the 13th movies are fun.
Yeah.
There's the difference.
No, I agree.
Memorable, yeah, okay, cool. But, well, our favorite, at least I think we said our favorite. My favorite is Leatherface.
Yeah, man.
I mean,
the marauding, just that like panic mania of that film.
that first film, I think we were talking about how you watched it with it like silent or some shit.
Well, no,
or
I
what was
watched it. It was on at a party, like a Halloween party. So there was like music playing in the background. Somebody just had the movie on.
Oh, right.
And I don't remember what I was doing. I wasn't like.
It was background.
It was just background, but I was kind of paying attention. I ended up watching like 20, 30 minutes of it. And it was right in like the span of like the murders.
Right.
And I was watching, if you really watch that movie with like without the sound on, because the sound and that like really builds the stress.
Oh, dude, it's a gritty film.
The story about making it's almost worse than the
Yeah, it
fucking
is.
movie. But no, if you watch the whole film like that without the sound on, you go into it with the idea that Leatherface is looking for his car keys.
Oh, that's
like
what it was.
He's late to work and he's just looking,
looking
for his car
keys the whole time.
and he's just losing his shit. The movie's fucking hilarious.
Dude, that's amazing. That's what you said. I couldn't remember what it was.
Dude, it's really like it's worth the watch with no sound on. Just in your mind, just have the idea that he is looking for car keys.
That's so
it's
great.
Fucking amazing.
That's awesome. So as hilarious that is,
but he's definitely a very menacing.
Oh yeah.
I think I would put him above Michael Myers in the idea that he's like portrayed as a human. Like,
oh yeah,
not poltergeist. Like it is just a sociopath, psychopath,
backwoods. Like
Yeah.
we've all been on a road trip somewhere and been like, he could live in that motherfucking house.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that movie was very real.
Yeah.
You know, it was the way it was done, everything about it, and even the remakes, and they're not as good, but still, it was brutal. I mean,
that Renee Zellweger, Matthew McConaughey one is so bad though, dude.
See, I fucking love that movie.
I fucking hate
when he
it.
like his electric legs messing up and he smashes their
He's
head.
got the fucking TV remote.
The remote. Dude,
Dude,
it's so bad that it's good, but it's actually really dark. Like, it's twisted as hell.
Oh yeah. Well, they're all of those.
All of them are.
That
Yeah.
whole Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah.
Everything that's tied to it, like all the remakes.
I like
any
the
of
beginning.
branch
It's called The
films.
Beginning. Yeah. He's my top.
Yeah,
You know.
I would have to agree. He's almost more menacing because you could see that dude
Yeah.
being a dude.
Being a real dude.
Yeah, like not like. I mean, you're gonna know if you brush up against him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like in general,
Well, he's
population.
loosely, or maybe not even that loosely, but based on real.
Isn't he Ed
Kill
Gein?
Gein, I think.
It's
Yeah.
supposed to be Ed Gein.
Yeah.
Or the props or something is based on Ed Gein, but there's
A lot of it
something-
was taken
yeah,
from
yeah.
Gein or something like that.
I think he's actually based on. I could be wrong, but that you read a little bit about this guy. The guy that was he's a real big dude, but he ran his own diner and he ran out of meat one day,
shit.
and he ended up like killing one of his servers and
Meat.
chopping her
This
up
was
and
for
cooking
dinner.
her. And then like 12 people that ate her at the restaurant got sick and shit.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Like they all became cannibals. Like this is fucking delicious.
Okay, like I'm going to preface that story with that's some shit that's floating around on the internet that I haven't researched yet, so that could all be complete bullshit.
Complete horseshit. Yeah.
But there are definitely some serial killers, mass murders, whatever you want. I'm sure he's got to be based on
right.
somebody.
Well, because I mean his whole story, it's believable. So, and that's
Yeah.
I think probably what makes him frightening to me. I mean, also the films are done in just a way that are different than all other horror films.
yeah.
You know. Anyway, speaking of bullshit, number 4 on their list is fucking Chucky.
No, dude.
Dude.
You fucking miss me with that shit.
Right.
Like I
A doll?
never once
Scary?
never once.
It's not even a possessed. I mean, it's possessed, but it's not even like a fucking creepy. I don't know. I'm like, I could kick that dude.
Like the
Move
doll,
on.
the doll without the maniac killer inside of it is way more menacing to me than it running around. Like if it's running around, like okay, I can fuck this up.
I can kick it.
I can
Push
in
it
a
over.
fire.
I can.
Like,
I can put it in a box
Yeah.
or in my dog kennel.
oh, I
it in the
locked
back.
the door room.
Yeah. Oh God, sneaky.
Yeah. Ooh.
That was a tough one.
So yeah.
Yeah. Fuck Chucky.
Fuck Chucky.
I agree. Number 5 is Pennywise the Dancing Clown, the Tim Curry, of course. Which that deserves to be up there. Chucky, fuck that thing.
I 100% agree with.
Now, For the longest time, Freddy Krueger was my ultimate favorite.
Freddy Krueger?
Yep, and here's why. Because when I was younger, the idea that you can't go to sleep or that's when you die was terrifying to me. Everyone else kills you when you're awake or in the wrong place at the wrong time. Freddy Krueger is you go to sleep, you die. To me, that was terrifying. And you're just staring at me like, nah.
No, I like the idea of where
the backstory,
where Wes Craven got the idea for Freddy Krueger. I like that a lot more than the actual Freddy Krueger story.
Do tell. I'm sure some people don't know.
There was the refugees from Cambodia. Like, if you haven't seen anything about the killing fields in Cambodia, it was basically just like genocide.
It was awful.
But so there was a lot of refugees that came over here. Apparently, like, he read a story about that came from one of these Cambodian refugees families. The family made it out of Cambodia, and they were like one of the kids was so tortured by everything that he had seen. He was afraid that if he went to sleep that he would die.
I've never heard this.
And he ended up he went for a certain period of time not being able to sleep, and he ended up going to sleep one night and he never woke back up. Like he fucking died. So I mean that could be another one of those like fairy tale rumor kind of things, but that is kind of like the lineage of where the Freddy Krueger story came from.
Wow.
And it was that idea that sparked.
Interesting. I've never heard that. Mm-hmm. At first, I was like, "Oh yeah, I know what you're talking." No, I've never heard that.
Yeah,
that's terrifying.
Yeah, so that's where
Freddy Krueger deserves to be on the list.
I agree. Sure. I do not find him menacing personally.
I don't think he's I've always thought he was kind of hokey.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but the concept of Freddy Krueger always frightened me as a kid.
The character before he became the brain killer, like the pedophile school janitor that they torched.
See, that's the backstory that I assume was based on something.
No, well, I mean, I'm sure it is, but yeah. I mean,
I don't want to do that one.
Yeah,
I'll pass on that episode.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, that's way creepier. Like,
yeah, I agree.
Like that he had that glove supposedly in the movie, like his character before he was burned had that glove and shit.
Yeah,
and like. Fuck you. Like, you're telling me that the idea of this guy is getting revenge? Well, dude, you're a justified kill, like, in my opinion.
Straight up.
Like, yeah, look, this PTA got together and killed this guy, so now he's haunting their children. Like, go fuck yourself.
Well, fuck, if that was the trailer, yeah, that'd be lame. But
yeah, like, go fuck yourself.
All right, like, I guess he's not really that fucking
like
awesome,
like, okay, I'm just telling you how I discount him. If you like him, great. But I'm just saying, like, that's why I discount him.
Yeah. Well, but the movies were fairly hokey and again almost like kind of Friday the 13th fun, but not terrifying.
If you want to make a movie for me about that whole Friday the 13th realm, like, have the kids that he tortured fuck with him,
come back and
like fuck with him on the next plane.
Revenge
like
film.
I want to watch that fucking movie.
Revenge film, yeah.
Like,
yeah, and don't take him to Manhattan.
Yeah, fucking Freddy versus Jason.
Yeah. So the next on the list is Jack Torrance, number 7. I
like it.
Yeah,
I like him as a character.
It's an awesome character.
I don't think he's I guess I'm looking through the lens of the book with The Shining.
Yeah.
I mean, he killed like one person. It wasn't a pleasant kill, but I mean, he even snuck up on that guy. It was like kind of like a fucking bitch punch.
Yeah,
like he hit him with a fucking axe. Like
that's true.
Like he chased this kid around a little bit. He didn't kill his wife. He didn't kill anybody, but he kills and he doesn't even kill that guy in the book. I don't think. Like I think that guy.
I thought he did.
If he does, like it's not. It's definitely not the same way.
No, yeah.
It's been a long time since I read that book, but like no, I just not menacing, man.
It's an awesome character who amazingly acted. I mean,
yeah, no, I'm
fantastic film, and we both like this, so we've actually talked about it in one of the other episodes, of course. But I don't find him to be a menacing, iconic horror villain.
I don't put him in the same.
No, I agree.
Category
shouldn't be
Leatherface.
No. I agree.
Hannibal Lecter, or Jigsaw.
What about number 8, Ghostface?
fucking turd walking away.
Right.
Just walk away.
Well,
I don't
yeah.
need to hear anything
Now,
else.
number 9, yeah, well, I'm going to skip that.
Yeah.
Number 9 is one of my favorites, the old Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah, I like him.
Yeah.
I mean, I do because I like him because he's a thinker. Like, you can realistically see, like I'm not saying like I like him, like I'm gonna get a tattoo. Like, no, it's
I'm going to get a tattoo.
it's a convincing bad guy. Like,
He's an awesome bad
like
guy.
I can wrap my head around
He's
the fact that somebody like this is a realistic, menacing character.
Yeah, well, he's terrifying without doing anything. Just
like cutting
talking
somebody's face
well
off.
no and he does no there's some terrifying scenes where he's very horrific, but no, just when he's talking, just the words and his eyes, he's haunting.
The way that character is written is amazing.
Oh yeah,
I completely agree.
He should be higher up on the list in my opinion.
I completely agree. Although he doesn't really, I mean, in Hannibal he does, but I mean he's kind of muted in all of the films. Until like Silence of the Lambs, like he gets out and he fucks up those cops.
Yeah.
But most of his shit is just fucking with people.
Oh yeah, 100%. Oh, whatever he says to that one dude that makes him like
kill himself,
chew his own tongue off or some shit. Oh god. Yeah. So okay, good. We agree on one.
Yeah.
Regan McNeil. Reagan. It's not Regan.
You're gonna have to clarify.
The Exorcist chick.
Oh,
that awesome.
She's menacing, but it's the story that's menacing, not her.
I agree, 100%. That movie,
whatever demon gets inside of her in that movie,
yeah.
Then she's
that movie was terrifying, and especially when it came the time frame when it came out, people were like freaking the fuck out in the theaters, like because they'd never seen anything like it. Oh yeah.
When she does that fucking crab walk down the fucking stairs and shit.
It was the first fucking Exorcist film, and it was horrific.
What is it? What'd she say? Something like, and your mother sucks dicks in hell. Like some shit like that.
Something awful.
And then fucking pukes and all.
Yeah, and people are probably just going, holy shit.
Yeah.
What is
your
happening?
Mother's a cunt and she sucks dicks in hell.
That was really good. So I agree. It was a horrific movie, but I don't she's not like an iconic horror villain.
Yeah, it's not her that,
right.
I mean, she definitely portrayed it very well, but it's the menace of the story and the subject matter that's fucks with you. Not, I mean, yes, that's a piece of it,
right?
But I don't know that you just throw her into a fucking brightly lit room and you're just like, okay.
Oh, that's here, not pretty. And trust me, I'm not going through all of these, but I was curious I could have almost guessed what you were going to say about these so far. Xenomorph is number 11. We've already talked about that awesome one. Pinhead is number 12. Should be up there higher.
I'm a fan of Pinhead, man.
Of course, Pinhead is terrifying. The Hellraiser films, Part 2, and we've discussed on it.
2 is better than 1's.
Yeah, I know it's tough.
Yeah,
but 2 that's a tough movie to watch.
Yeah,
it's fucking woof.
Yeah, dude, it is. Well, I mean, I will say this. Look, I will wound that one back and say the uncut, unrated version of 2 is hard to watch.
Oh, it is, dude. It's brutal. Yeah. It's gross.
Straight for an American-made film, dude. We don't like. There's not a whole lot of times that you can get me to tell you to agree that an American-made film is brutal and hard to watch.
I agree.
Most of the time, it's the Italians or the French or the Japanese that really knock that shit out of the park. But that one. Yeah,
for sure. Now this, do you know the fucking shark's name in Jaws? You know this shark has a fucking name.
Yeah, I did. I don't have it.
It makes it so stupid. Bruce.
Oh, I didn't know it was Bruce. I thought it was something else.
Bruce the shark appeared in the 1975 film Jaws. I'm like, fucking hold on. That big ass scary shark, Bruce. No, fuck. That like completely takes away any sort of.
Yeah.
But I loved the movie Jaws, dude. That was terrifying.
No, for what it was, yes.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, think about like whole generations of people just didn't get in water.
Yeah, absolutely.
That.
Oh man,
and rightfully so.
Like, well, now what's cool is they're like putting the big screens on the fucking lakes and people getting like rafts and watch the movie.
Watch the shit.
Like that'd be fun as hell.
And they've tried to like. in the same guise. Like, think about it, man. They've done like piranha movies and crocodile films.
Every crocodile film possible.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of them, like The Ring, the chick from The Ring, some other stuff. Candyman went down to number 17.
I'm not.
Yeah, I don't know. I've tried to watch that movie and really like it, but I don't know. It maybe I'll try it again, but okay, I feel the same way. Jigsaw is number 18.
Yeah, I think he needs to be higher.
Well, I agree. But I mean, Cujo's number 19, so clearly whoever's making this list is fucking not
Yeah, I mean, it's a dog with rabies.
Let's see. The Creeper, no. The Chatterer,
Yeah.
Chatterer's from Hellraiser. That's amazing.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
Creeper's from fucking Jeepers Creepers. I hated that movie.
Jeepers Creepers.
Yeah, I hated that fucking movie.
Peepers.
Are you even familiar?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't make any sense, but yeah.
No. Norman Bates is number 22. What do you think about the whole Psycho?
No,
Really?
that doesn't bother me at all. Like,
No,
he's not
nothing?
creepy to me, man.
No,
He's
I agree.
not.
He's not creepy, but the Psycho movies, I mean,
For the time period that they came out, yes, I can see why they were creepy.
yeah, it's a good movie.
I mean, I don't suck Hitchcock's dick.
Well, I don't suck his dick.
Well,
But-
a lot of people are like, Hitchcock. And I'm like, dude,
No.
him as a real human being is way worse than anything he ever made.
No, if we're that's true. If we're talking about, old school horror films, the Twilight Zone was better than
The John Lithgow Twilight Zone movie, the one where he's on the plane.
well, I do love that one.
Yeah, and the gremlin fucks.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I love
Well,
that
I like anything with John Lithgow.
Of course, you
Fucking Harry and the Hendersons. Fuck you. Are you kidding me?
John
Lithgow,
He
no?
hasn't done anything in a while.
Well, the best villain in your favorite show, Dexter.
Dude, I don't hate Dexter. I hate what Showtime did about it.
Oh, that's right. Your beef is with Showtime, not Dexter.
Yeah.
Pyramid Head.
Oh, from
I don't-
Silent Hill.
Yeah, I don't think I even ever watched that movie. Cool, cool looking.
He's creepy in the game. He's creepy as fuck in the game.
The games are fucking terrifying.
Yeah, but
well, not some of them.
The movie's fucking horrible.
I don't think I ever watched it, but he's a cool ass looking character.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm skimming through some of these. Damien. Oh yeah, from The
Kid-
Omen. Creepy kids, man. I
Creepy
mean,
kid. Demonic kids, creepy kids. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we kind of covered that with The Exorcist girl.
Yeah. Well, the next one is Gage Creed from Pet Cemetery.
No.
Yeah. No, it's nothing.
It's a toddler.
Fucking toddler.
Or like even if a zombie toddler. I mean, come on, man. It's a cabinet with a fucking padlock, and you're straight.
Hold on. Do you know the Predator's actual name?
I know their races.
Or is
name.
that what's the race?
It's like it starts with a Y. It's
Yeah,
like,
Yautja.
yeah,
Yaut.
Chama.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I never
know
heard
the
that.
race. Yeah,
that was an awesome film.
yeah. I love
Great
Predator.
character. I wouldn't consider him a horror villain, really.
I mean, he rips people's spines and skulls out of their body and collects humans.
Well, yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you need a different definition. I mean, to me, it's an action film. It's not a horror movie.
Right. I've never considered him. I don't know.
Other people who have a different sense of morality, I guess, or social compass, probably consider that a horror film. You and I probably don't.
That's true.
Our-
We're a little
our-
desensitized.
I mean, yeah, our level of what a horror film is and what the general populace's version of a horror film are very different things, sir.
All right. Well, no, I agree. I mean,
We just discounted about 8 of these movies.
lame.
Yeah, and
lame.
other people are like, I can't even watch that shit.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to go through. Honestly, the ones that we've hit have. The rest of them are either knockoffs or literally they're lame. Like they have the Insidious dude, Fireface. Did you watch the Insidious movies?
Yeah.
Thoughts?
What was it, Darth Maul?
Yeah, that's
the
exactly
demon
right.
Darth Maul.
Fucking Darth Maul.
I mean, all right, here's what I will say to you. Of all those films that we have just discussed,
Yeah.
nothing will keep me up late at night like the Paranormal Activity movies will.
Really?
Yeah.
Those fuck with you, huh?
Really fuck with me.
fantastic to hear that.
They do. They
Maybe that's
ruffle
why you
some
don't want to
feathers.
fucking go on our field trip.
No,
you're gonna get scared.
I have no fucking problem with that. Like, because it's removed from my safe place.
Oh yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, totally.
And okay, I will say that the first Paranormal Activity and the second one, I actually think the second one fucked with me more than the first one did.
They all kind of run together. I don't know.
But then they got into this weird cult shit and her family,
Yeah,
or something, and I was just like, dude, I'm fucking done with it.
Yeah.
But like the first two, man, those got under my skin a bit.
Good to hear.
And I'm not saying like it got on, like months went by and I was having bad
I couldn't
dreams.
sleep for fucking.
But like there's, some creepy moments in the house where I'm like, oh,
wow. All right. Well, so I'm going to end on this note because this list literally, I don't know how they could come up with 55 people. Annie Wilkes, awesome story, not a really horror villain from fucking Misery. Right? John Doe from Seven.
That I don't see that. I don't look at that as a horror film, but he's a well-written, menacing character.
That's a menacing character.
I agree with that.
Yeah. It just goes on.
That's such a great movie.
The Blair Witch, the fucking Grudge Kid, blah, blah, blah. Pumpkinhead.
Ring.
That's an old one. The Ring. Yeah. Pumpkinhead. The Joker's number 40. Heath Ledger's Joker.
Very menacing.
Do you consider...
I don't think of him as a horror film.
Right. I don't either. Well...
Either one, man. Actually, I got nothing but props for Joaquin Phoenix, man.
I still haven't seen it. I'm fucking dying
He
to
did
see
a
it.
fucking great... But I give everybody that disclaimer before they watch that movie. I was like, dude, you need to be in a good place. In your life.
It's dark, right?
Or just in your day. Like, it will fucking stick with you. The way he portrays that movie. The Joker
I really want to fucking see it. Heath Ledger was
well done,
amazing, and from what I've heard, and yeah, I mean, the fact that you say that,
yeah,
I've got pretty fucking high hopes of it now.
And just a little background, like Heath Ledger is my Joker,
right?
Joaquin's he's close.
Oh shit.
But I will say this, like going into Heath Ledger's Joker, you know how I am with Batman's Joker, all that stuff. Like going into it, I was like, there's no way. I was like,
chance.
There's no chance that this dude's gonna fucking pull off the Joker.
And he surprised you.
And literally, like by the end of the movie, I was like, I'm fucking stupid. Like that was better than I could have ever written.
All right.
That. Like, I mean, he was the most. Like, there is no other Joker in my mind.
Wow.
That even holds a candle to him.
Oh shit.
Like, and dude, I mean, I grew up with Nicholson.
Right, yeah, of course.
As the Joker. And
Keaton was your Batman?
Yeah, man. Like,
right.
Keaton's a fucking great Batman. He's like, look at Bruce Wayne Batman, that's like Tim Burton can suck my dick, but I fucking hate Tim Burton. But
oh shit.
But Batman, Michael Keaton, perfect.
Awesome.
I fucking despise Nicholson as the Joker.
I didn't really love it.
I just don't like it. Like, even going back like backwards, and watching those films, and like, dude, not even the nostalgia doesn't even save it.
Right.
And I'm sorry. Like, I know a lot of people love him as the Joker, and I just don't.
Yeah, but do they really, or is it they just have to
nostalgia,
fucking go?
They have to say it as Tim Burton's a genius. Suck my dick,
dude.
Like,
I never knew you loathed
fucking,
Tim Burton
dude,
so much, dude.
Dude, there's a handful of, like, a couple things that Tim Burton did that I can put up with. And like Beetlejuice is great.
Phenomenal.
I love Beetlejuice.
Right. Keaton, man.
But yeah, dude, Keaton. I think it's Keaton.
Maybe it's Keaton.
I think he can save Tim Burton for me, and that's about it.
And that's it. Keaton.
Because other than that, man, like I would.
He was fucking Mr. Mom, dude.
I would be happy if Tim Burton never made another film.
Fair enough. Well, half of those people on that list should never be in more films. Captain Spaulding, by the way, was like number 45.
Dude, he was way more menacing.
Dude, he was, well, so we fucking love Captain Spaulding.
Yeah. I mean,
R.I.P., bud.
Yeah.
Jeez. But
did he need to be? Have you seen 3 from Hell?
No, fucking, I still haven't seen it. How sad is that? That's how busy my life is.
Okay.
That I used to literally watch a horror film every fucking night.
Yeah.
And now I could lay in bed and watch. I fall asleep. I can't. I don't even. I I hate.
Dude, I like some Rob Zombie stuff, and the last couple that he's done, man, I'm like, dude.
Did you watch it? Yeah. Nah.
I'm just like, dude.
Damn it.
Like 31, like is just a discombobulated.
Yeah, it's a hot mess.
Crap.
It really is.
And then 3 from Hell, like I'm just gonna ruin it for you because I mean you're gonna watch it.
You're not gonna spoil. I don't think it's a fucking
like Captain Spaulding's like he's in the movie. There's no fucking reason for him to be in the movie.
Wow.
Like the way that the second one ended, like they could have.
Yeah, I don't even think he's on the cover.
Yeah, well, no, he is. Like, he definitely, or he may not.
No, he's not.
He may not be.
Yeah.
But he's in the movie, and like they bring him back to life after that shootout, like on the surgery table, and then they kill him. Like he gets put to death, and I'm like, why bring him back?
Lovely.
Like there's like literally like you could have just like shown like clips of him.
Well, I tell you probably why, because they were probably like, fuck, we can't not have him. But so I met Sid, and dude was old, man. Like he wasn't moving real well. He was talking. He was still had that funny kind of edgy like humor, but
he lived hard,
dude.
Bro.
Yeah, he. I was like, man, homie's weathered, like for real. So I have a feeling they probably were like, dude, you can't really physically make this movie, so we got to put you in a little bit, though. I mean,
I mean,
maybe that's kind of what happened.
I mean, I agree, and it's payday for him.
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah,
so
maybe.
like maybe that helped, and I'm not saying
I'm still gonna watch that movie.
I'm not shitting on him.
No, right.
I was more shitting on the idea like
the story doesn't. Dude,
it doesn't extend like help anything.
Yeah,
like,
I know. People hate Rob Zombie movies.
I mean, you either love them or hate them, and dude, I mean, I'm really trying to like.
Yeah,
I love the Haunted World
like
of El Super Beasto. I love Halloween 1.
Devil's Rejects.
Rejects is his best movie.
By far.
House of a Thousand Corpses, man. I love the first half of that movie.
Yeah, I love that movie too.
Everything that goes on in the basement, I'm like, what are we doing?
I like all that weird shit, but yeah.
But I'm like, dude, can we have an explanation?
Well, no, of course not.
I'm like, does any of this make sense? Okay.
Well, because we could go on forever, and I knew this would happen. We're at 55 minutes of fucking blah blah blah. But so these iconic horror films, do you think that it's all been done? No, do you think that somebody could come up with another?
Sure. For sure.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's really optimistic of you. Fantastic.
Yeah, no, because it's, dude. We kind of touched on this with Slipmouth. We've touched on, dude. As the world evolves, as society changes, new things are gonna fuck with us.
Right. Well, that's true.
So the thing that fucks with us at night when we go to sleep, those dark things that scratch in the corners and shit, like that is going to change. It's not always going to be the creepy clown, or it's not always going to be the demon. It's not always going to be because it's already evolved. It's the fucking alien abduction, or it's and I mean, my fucking top of the list bad guy is fucking Alien,
right?
Thoughtless, mindless
monster.
Its motivation is to eat,
right,
and you are on the fucking menu, like that. But I mean, that's a sci-fi horror.
Yeah.
Is
Event Horizon, by the way, should have been on there.
Yeah, definitely. But I mean, you put a ship on the fucking thing.
Yeah, that's true.
So, but the idea
it is the ship.
The idea is that things grow as our technology grows, as our understanding grows, as our civilization grows, our society grows. It is the things that scare us in the background of our mind. That will become scary for us.
Yeah.
In film or books or,
I agree. I think horror films have gotten very creative and weird, really fucking weird, which is great because they're. And it's I hate to say this, but for the most, you could do without it.
I could do without it.
No, fuck. I love the classics and shit, but my favorite horror films right now are the French films, The Martyr, The Inside.
Yeah, dude. Those are somewhat recent, but I mean, they're getting dated, man. You're pushing 15 years, 20 years on those.
I guess they just feel so fucking
dude, they're brutal,
different.
But that is, I mean,
it's a different type of horror, though.
New horror that's coming out these days. Like if you look at the new horror, it's just like rehashed shit again. Like they're like, I think they're on like the 9th episode of fucking Insidious. They're doing
right,
the Annabelle
Conjuring,
series,
the Annabelle,
Nun, and
yeah.
And I mean, at least
Fun
there's
movies.
At least there's you know, based on true events.
Yeah.
Annabelle, like all that shit, The Conjuring, like all that stuff is based on an actual husband and wife that they had that fucking room of fucking spooks.
Yeah.
Spooky good time.
Spooky good time room.
No, but I mean their idea was they would collect this what they said was horribly
Haunted
damned and cursed items and kept them in their basement so that it wouldn't be out in the world.
Right.
And what's her name? Not Famke. That's the other one. Who's the main woman in The Conjuring? She's a great actress, but
I don't know her name.
She had to she got had a Catholic priest or something come bless her after those movies.
Oh, really?
Like they fucked with her bad, man.
Interesting.
Like she met like the real wife from all of those, and like, dude, like she was like, dude, it fucking hung with me.
Wow.
And to have that clinical, like very office-based version of filmmaking that they do when it's Hollywood,
right.
It's not that fucking guerrilla filmmaking.
Yeah.
If you get that spooked,
and
that
shit,
idea,
making
the film, then dude, you're really you're dealing with some fucked up subject.
I need to rewatch those because I felt like they were lame, I guess, but I don't know, like The Nun, like I didn't watch that. I feel like Annabelle, I'm like, really?
I mean, it is what it is. I'm just telling you that looking through it, like if you did the research on that husband and wife and then rewatch those movies, I think you'd have a different appreciation.
Or maybe that'll be a good episode.
Yeah, well, there you go, buddy.
Next time on. Well, so hey,
you can stretch your geek wings and you can research the husband and the wife and then watch all those movies and we can talk about fucking movies again, horror films, and then you can have a subject.
Yeah, well, to be honest with you, I thought this was going to be a little bit of a shorter episode, but of course I should have known better just because there are films, and we kind of go off on tangents, but. I feel like, honestly, we were way more eye to eye than I thought.
Why so? How so?
Well,
What did you think we weren't going to agree on?
A lot of the villains.
Oh.
Like, I thought you would... I knew you kind of would say that Halloween has gone too long, but I thought that maybe you would honestly say, well, Michael Myers is kind of lame. Mm. Right from the jump, I was like, oh, this is going to be fun because he's going to completely bash everything that I like. Actually, we were pretty spot on.
I mean, I will say that... Michael Myers is probably one of the few that can kind of carry that, I don't know, like living outside of general rules. Like there's nothing that really kills him or stops him.
Right.
And I don't like that.
Yeah.
And I mean, not
enough,
because it's menacing to me, but because I'm like, dude, everything's got rules.
Something's got to,
Yeah. There is an answer to every equation. We may not have figured it out, but there is an answer to every equation. So I don't.
Or is there?
I don't like things that don't have.
So every villain should have a way to
the alien
to be stopped.
The alien gets beaten in Alien.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, for all the ones that I really said that are some of my favorites, and very high on my list, and I respect, are the ones that I said that I could see as a human, like I could see as a real person.
That's true.
And I like them because they are flawed. They have that backstory. It's not just this menacing, unkillable parasite in the world.
Well, and I think that's why we agree, because what scares me is the possibility of it being real.
Yeah.
So
right.
I agree with that.
Yeah. So.
All right. Cool.
See, we're not too far off.
We're not too far off at all. No. We're the same person. Brother from another mother.
Right. I just ask more questions than you do. You're like, I'm here for the ride.
Fuck yeah, I am.
Like, no, wait, dude.
Well, hold up.
Do we have enough gas?
God damn it. Yeah.
Where are we stopping?
Where are we stopping?
Who's driving?
Yeah, I'm the douche that runs out of gas because I don't think about that shit. So.
Yeah, so
But then I find something fun on the side of the road to look at.
yeah. You enjoy that. I'll be at the hotel.
You'll be at the hotel fucking right.
Watching pay-per-view.
Yeah, no shit. All right, good stuff, man. What am I doing next week?
Exorcism.
Oh, fuck yeah, that's right. Real life exorcism. Exorcism. Which is, I want to do that one justice because I really am looking for the creep factor on this one.
I mean,
there's a lot out there.
From what I know about this subject, like depending on how deep you dig, the creep factor is definitely there.
Well, let's put it this way, and we'll end on this. I started to dig, and I had to take a break.
Ooh.
I was like, ugh, like I'm not. My head.
Is it a daylight episode? Is it going to be our first daylight recording?
Right. Yeah, like Tuesday, like afternoon.
Yeah, PTO day.
Right. Oh shit! All right, cool. Real life exorcism.
All right, bro.
Later, man.